Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Welcome back to another episode of Building the Perfect Call of Duty. This week, we are returning with the more minor details about Stalker, Quickdraw, and Advanced Rifling. In recent Call of Duties, these attachments and perks have really changed the game. Beginning in Modern Warfare 3, Stalker was introduced. Quickdraw has been here a long time, disguising itself as Sleight of Hand Pro, but Stalker is new in Modern Warfare 3 and has been in every installation of Call of Duty ever since, which does bring me to the gameplay. This is an AK-47 silenced with, I believe, extended mags, as well as the Specialist Strike package in Modern Warfare 3 playing on the DLC map Perish. It is an absolutely amazing game. Yes, I do get a MOAB spoiler alert. It is a fantastically fun game, and enjoy that. But you may be wondering, Donuts, why are we talking about this? Why do you have to put out a separate video upon Stalker, Quickdraw, and Advanced Rifling? Well, I'm not entirely sure how you beautiful people feel about it, but I know me and at least James Skis feels the same way. Stalker, Quickdraw, and Advanced Rifling create this really unbalanced aspect to a 50-50 gunfight. Now, of course, with those perks equipped, you can win those gunfights more often than not. When you go around a corner, you can go around with your sights aimed up rather than without them aimed up at a very slow pace when you have Stalker on. When you are just walking towards each other and you want to aim down sights at each other, whoever has Quickdraw essentially has the gunfight won, solely because of this perk. It sounds a lot like toughness. Whoever just has this perk has an advantage in the gunfight. Now, it's not as phenomenal as the advantage of toughness is, but it's still very much present. It's still there to a certain extent, and we are getting nitpicky here, but I find it that if I don't have Stalker or Quickdraw equipped, then I'm very slow and I do lose the majority of those 50-50 gunfights, which isn't exactly what the 50-50 gunfight actually is. Now, how exactly would I alleviate this problem? Well, that's where it gets tricky, because if you simply take out all of these attachments, well then, it's not exactly a fun game now, is it? It's very slow moving, very clunky, you don't really feel that reactive at all, and it just doesn't feel right, especially without Stalker. And that's kind of where the newer Call of Duties come into play, because I can run Stalker and effectively use it around a corner in Advanced Warfare without actually having to run Stalker. Now, what I mean by that is, because we have the ability to boost dodge very suddenly, very quickly, if you know there is a person head glitching around the corner. In previous Call of Duties, you could Stalker aim down sights pre-fire. You know, without Stalker, you can't do that, which is where the problem ensues. But if you don't have Stalker and you know there's a guy around the corner, you can boost around the corner. You don't need Stalker, and what it sounds like Black Ops 3 is going to do, it's going to do something similar. You're going to drift kind of quickly, which is something that I feel could help alleviate the necessity of Stalker, and that is something I think needs to be implemented in some way, shape, or form. Or, what I was thinking, this is kind of a convoluted way of going about it, but what if everybody just kind of had Stalker already? You know, you would move and you would move at the normal walking pace. There was no penalty to aiming down sights and walking, but if you walked faster, the more idle sway you would have. So if you were very still and you kind of crouched around, you moved slowly, like without Stalker, like because you were slow, you wouldn't have a lot of idle sway. But if you were just barreling around the corner, going across as fast as you can, as fast as you walked, then it would be a little bit more idle sway, or you'd be a little bit less accurate, kind of simulating that in real life. Because if you're standing in real life with a gun, you can pretty much hold it perfectly still. Not perfectly still, guns are heavy, but you know, in Call of Duty. But if you're like running with it and you're going around a corner, you're going to be shaking a lot, you know, because your body's moving, everything's moving, and it's very difficult to do that. So if that was implemented, just a heavy idle sway the faster you walked around the corner, I feel like that would be a very good balance, because then you can still have good accuracy, you can still have that good skill involved. You know, if you're stalkering around the corner, you have more idle sway, but that doesn't necessarily have an impact because it's probably a close quarter combat situation, and I feel like that would be a good balance to stalker. As far as Quickdraw goes, on the other hand, that's where we get really tricky, and I think there's just I think there's a simple explanation here. I think what we got to do is we got to tweak the times of the aim down sights. You know, when it comes to at least assault rifles like machine guns and SMGs, pistols, shotguns, I feel like those aim down sights times are pretty good as they are right now. I feel like they're very quick, reactive. I think that's just fine. Assault rifles and light machine guns especially really feel sluggish, though they don't feel competitive without quick draw. So if we kind of just sped that up just a little bit, I believe in Ghosts and Modern Warfare 3, the aim down sights time on an assault rifle was 300 milliseconds. I believe in Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 2, it was 250 milliseconds. Now, if we made it 250 milliseconds, I feel like that would be alright. Maybe 200 milliseconds, but I think that's what the SMGs are at. So just a little tweaking to make it so that the assault rifles still are slower, but they're not non-competitive. Not competitive. So that's up close. And that brings me to advanced rifling. Advanced rifling is pretty simple too. We just get rid of it. You know, you balance the guns once. You know, when you're picking your class in Call of Duty, you really have a couple options. At least in Ghost and Advanced Warfare, you can go for, you know, the Stalker, Quickdraw, Super Mobility. But if you put on advanced rifling, that's nothing but good, you know, that's all positive. That is no negative. Sure, you can't put on a silencer, but I mean, silencers are negative. They actually take away some of your range, and they do conceal you from the minimap, so it's kind of a trade-off there. You're hidden, but you don't do as much damage. With advanced rifling, it's nothing but better. You know, you would win a gunfight solely because you just have this one attachment on, and again, that's something we're trying to avoid with Call of Duty. I feel like they put the long barrel in Black Ops 2 just to kind of, I don't know, put an extra attachment in there. It just feels really redundant, convoluted, and unnecessary, so I don't want it in there. You know, you bounce the guns once, this is the range for sure. You can put on a silencer to shorten that range but conceal you from the minimap. That's it. That's all you get. There's no better. There's no, you know, there's no advantage to just having this perk free. And I feel like that would heavily balance the attachments. And that would help with attachments in those games like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 and Advanced Warfare, because the really stupid Pick 10 system wouldn't have these three kind of necessary perks to win gunfights, that we can spend more points on different perks and different attachments. We can spend optical sights, silencers, extended mags, you know, fast mags if they want to implement that in. So what are your guys' thoughts? Because I feel like this is kind of a mixed bag right here that I'm dealing with, because I feel like a lot of you guys are going to look at Stalker and Quickdraw and be like, no, it's super effective, it's super fun, you know, I need Stalker, I need Quickdraw, you can't take it away. But that's kind of the problem. We need those perks. They're super effective, they're too effective to a point, you know, so that's where I'm coming from. What are your guys' thoughts on it? That would be my perfect Call of Duty, at least so far. Give me your guys' feedback, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed the game. Leave a like if you did, and until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, have a great day.